Kelly Slater lives beyond imagination. The greatest surfer created perfect waves in deserts while collecting 11 world titles and 56 victories as both youngest and oldest champion ever. This is the story of a man whose secrets to defying physics remain a mystery. His journey isn't just extraordinary, it's out of this world. If you haven't subscribed yet, no worries. I'll earn your click by the end of this video with a story so incredible you won't believe it's all true. Robert Kelly Slater was born February 11, 1972, in Cocoa Beach, Florida, a humble coastal town with modest waves that rarely produce surfing champions. His father, Stephen, owned the local bait and tackle shop, passing down Syrian-Irish heritage that perhaps contributed to Kelly's remarkable determination. Unlike Hawaii's perfect pipelines or Australia's legendary breaks, Cocoa Beach offered nothing special. Yet something extraordinary happened when 5-year-old Kelly first stood on a surfboard. While other kindergartners practiced writing their names, he was already reading waves with uncanny precision. By age 10, this natural talent translated into dominance in age division contests up and down the Atlantic coast. At 14, he claimed his first United States championship, shocking competitors twice his age. Throughout high school, Slater maintained singular focus on his craft when most teens were distracted by typical adolescent pursuits. Behind his success stood his mother, Judy Moriarty. When his parents divorced around age 10, Judy became his rock. Despite working at NASA to support the family, she made countless sacrifices for Kelly's dreams, once selling her beloved banjo to fund a crucial contest trip to Cornwall. "She taught me that sacrifice for something you believe in isn't really sacrifice at all," Slater reflects. In 1990, 18-year-old Slater turned professional, signing a 6-figure Quicksilver contract. His rookie year proved humbling, finishing 43rd out of 44 competitors. Rather than quit, he channeled this setback into determination. Just 2 years later, 20-year-old Slater claimed both the prestigious Pipeline Masters and his first world title, becoming surfing's youngest ever world champion. The reign of surfing's new king had only begun. After finishing 6th in 1993, Slater launched into an unprecedented run of dominance, 5 consecutive world championships from 1994 to 1998. This wasn't merely winning, it was revolutionizing what seemed possible on a surfboard. Slater combined technical precision with supernatural reflexes that left the surfing world in awe. His stance and balance were perfect, but his legs had more spring, his body more limber, his approach more innovative, noted surfing historian Matt Warshaw. While competitors might land one spectacular maneuver, Slater orchestrated entire symphonies, aerials flowing into deep turns, cutbacks transitioning seamlessly into barrel rides. Then, at his absolute peak with 6 world titles secured, 26-year-old Slater shocked everyone by walking away from full-time competition in 1998. Most careers would have ended there. But after a 4-year hiatus exploring music and occasional competitions, Slater returned full-time in 2002. What followed was perhaps sport's most remarkable second act: 5 more world titles in 2005, 2006, 2008, 2010, and 2011, bringing his total to an unprecedented 11 championships. His 2011 title at age 39 made him both the youngest and oldest champion in history. In 2005 at Tehupo'o, he became the first surfer awarded 2 perfect 10s in a single heat. Even at 50, he won his 8th Pipeline Masters in 2022, 30 years after his first. This isn't mere longevity, this is sporting immortality. Slater's impact extends far beyond competition victories. He revolutionized surfing technique by transforming aerial maneuvers from experimental tricks to competitive essentials. His tube riding innovations, the butt drag stall, double arm stall, and no hands backside stance, became fundamental components of modern surfing. Through Slater designs, his surfboard creations, Gamma, Cymatic, Omni, Sci-Fi, pushed performance limits beyond imagination. As legendary surfer Tom Curran observed, "Every time you think you've seen everything on a wave, Kelly finds a new way to ride it." His most revolutionary contribution, however, came through the Kelly Slater Wave Company, creating perfect machine-generated waves in California's Central Valley. While dominating surfing, Slater simultaneously built a Hollywood presence. As Jimmy Slade, He appeared in 27 episodes of Baywatch, 1992 to 1996, introducing surfing to mainstream audiences. He later voiced a character in 2007's Surf's Up alongside Shia LaBeouf and Jeff Bridges. Success fueled his philanthropy through the Kelly Slater Foundation, focusing on youth empowerment and environmental sustainability. He partners with organizations like Save the Waves Coalition and Waves for Water, providing clean water solutions globally. When coastal disasters strike, Slater mobilizes resources and awareness, recognizing his success is intrinsically linked to ocean health and coastal communities. In 2015, the surfing world gasped collectively when Slater posted a video showing himself riding a perfect wave, not in Hawaii or Tahiti, but in California's Central Valley, 100 miles from any ocean. After years of secretive development, his Kelly Slater Wave Company had achieved the impossible: machine-generated waves of consistent, competition-quality perfection. The World Surf League immediately recognized its revolutionary potential, acquiring a majority stake in 2016. Today, the Surf Ranch hosts championship events, forever changing how the sport can be practiced and presented. This technological marvel represents just one facet of Slater's entrepreneurial vision. In 2014, after ending his 23-year partnership with Quiksilver, he launched Outerknown, a clothing brand where sustainability isn't an afterthought but the foundation. "I don't know why anyone would start a brand today if it wasn't built sustainably," Slater explains. Over 90% of Outerknown products use organic, recycled, or regenerated materials. The same year, he acquired a majority stake in Firewire Surfboards, transforming surfboard manufacturing with eco-friendly materials and processes. His business portfolio now includes Perps, organic beverages, Salento tequila, endorphins, sustainable surfboard fins, KLLY footwear, and Freaks of Nature skincare. Slater's environmental advocacy extends beyond business ventures. Serving on the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society board, he champions ocean conservation, sustainable fishing, and reef protection. "I have spent my life in the ocean and understand how delicate nature is," he often emphasizes. Even his automotive interests reflect this ethos. Rather than collecting status symbols, Slater owned a rare, efficient 1990 Honda Street K car with a modest 660cc engine. More ambitious is his collaboration with Lewis Hamilton on an electric car racetrack at his Texas surf ranch, blending sustainable transportation with innovative recreation. Despite his fame, Slater maintains a relatively private personal life. He's father to daughter Taylor, born 1996, and recently welcomed another child with longtime girlfriend Kalani Miller. His past relationships with Pamela Anderson, Gisele Bündchen, and Cameron Diaz occasionally made headlines. Beyond the waves, he's an accomplished musician who has performed with Pearl Jam, an avid golfer, and practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. While many athletes succumb to partying, Slater chose discipline. "I never wanted to know what a hangover was. While others were partying, I was in the water." Even legends face career-threatening setbacks. In 2017, Slater broke 2 metatarsal bones in his foot at Jeffreys Bay, an injury he described as displaced and shattered.
Kelly Slater has unfortunately injured his foot while surfing up at the Boneyards area. Unfortunately, I think Kelly has gone off with the medical staff to get x-rays to just check on the condition of his foot. At the moment, we're just waiting on news to hear.
Recovery extended far beyond expectations, with complications lingering for years. Just as he was regaining form, a 2022 hip injury at Bells Beach required major surgery involving a cadaver body part. At an age when most athletes have long retired to commentary booths, Slater endured grueling rehabilitation to continue competing against surfers half his age. "I've been in a slump for about a year," he admitted in 2023, struggling to find rhythm and confidence. Yet these physical challenges merely became new mountains to conquer, reinforcing his reputation as surfing's most resilient competitor. When surfing was announced as an Olympic sport for Tokyo 2020, many wondered if a 47-year-old Slater could qualify for this historic debut. In characteristic fashion, he came remarkably close, finishing as first alternate for Team USA. The pandemic-delayed games proceeded without him, But his near qualification defied conventional wisdom about athletic longevity. Undeterred, he announced his intention to qualify for Paris 2024, showcasing his unquenchable competitive drive regardless of age. Beyond competition and business ventures, Slater embodies Renaissance-like diversity in his interests. A lifelong learner, he's equally comfortable discussing quantum physics or nutrition science as wave conditions. His intellectual curiosity enables him to integrate diverse influences into both surfing performance and business innovations. This multidimensional character extends to sustainable architecture in his homes and commercial projects, where he prioritizes innovative materials that minimize environmental impact while maximizing connection to natural surroundings. March 2025 potentially marked the end of an era. At the Margaret River Pro Tournament in Australia, 52-year-old Slater failed to survive the mid-season cut after losing to Griffin Colapinto. In an emotional moment, he reflected, "It's been a great run. I don't really know what to say. I've had the best life and career I could ever ask for." Struggling to hold back tears, he acknowledged, "I've had the chance to do everything I wanted. I think it's just always hard to say goodbye." After 3 decades at surfing's pinnacle, the sport's most decorated athlete faced this transition with characteristic grace, acknowledging the end while standing ready for whatever comes next. How do you measure Slater's impact? 11 world titles and 56 tour victories tell only part of the story. His transformation of surfing, technically, culturally, and commercially, pervades every aspect of modern wave riding. From aerial maneuvers to sustainable surfboard manufacturing to artificial wave technology, his influence shapes surfing's present and future. As world champion Shaun Tomson eloquently stated, his competitive statistics numbed the brain, and yet his most significant contributions have come from outside the competitive arena. No sportsman in the world anywhere has for so many years been so far ahead of his peers. As new generations paddle out, inspired by Slater's innovations and performances, his legacy continues expanding. The perfect waves at Surf Ranch, sustainable practices at Outerknown, and eco-friendly boards from Firewire will influence surfing long after his competitive career ends, ensuring that Kelly Slater's impact remains truly out of this world. At the beginning of our journey, we asked what it takes to become a legend. In Kelly Slater, we find our answer: vision that sees beyond the horizon, dedication that transcends decades, innovation that reshapes what's possible. From the modest waves of Cocoa Beach to artificial perfection in California's Central Valley, from the youngest champion to the oldest, from athlete to entrepreneur to environmental advocate, Slater has continually redefined not just what it means to be a surfer, but what one life can accomplish. In his own words, "I want to be remembered as someone who not only sought to be the best surfer, but also as someone who tried to make a positive difference." By any measure, mission accomplished. This is Kelly Slater, a life truly lived out of this world. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Kelly Slater moment in the comments below. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries, wherever your waves may be.